What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome back to Runescape. So just to kick off this straight away, you will notice I'm wearing something a little bit different. I'm wearing accuracy top and bottom and I'm wearing a black salamander. You would have noticed if you were looking carefully on my previous video going through rune metrics that now at the Dark Beast I do use a black salamander. It is much cheaper and it's more efficient to use there. And it does deal more damage than Dark Bow. But either way, that's what I use now at Dark Beasts. In my bank currently, right now as I'm at this point in time, I have 20 accuracy tops and 10 accuracy bottoms. I bought all 30 items for around 1.4 million GP each, so each of the items, and that was before the Monday patch. I had a prediction that Jax would be making hybrid armor augmentable, and they did, and therefore I was able to buy them at a very low price. I've got enough armor pieces now to get me to 99 invention, but I will have to start paying a lot of money out when I go from 99 to 120, but I plan on doing that at a lot more gradual rate, so not power leveling through that. But either way, that's a quick update there. But the main majority of this video is going to be about Airut. But I did manage to AFK a lot of Dark Beasts on Saturday, so all of this progress in this video is across a duration of 1.5 days, or maybe 1.25 days. So when I put my mind to it, I can train. The past week I've started a new job, not had much time to play RuneScape at all. Actually, I'm not logged on until today on a Saturday. So I really want to take advantage of this weekend and try and get as much XP as possible. So you'll see me racking up lots of black salamanders, lots of accuracy, top and bottoms. All of that's going to be stacked up in the bank. My prediction, I want to get at least 15 items to level 10, and then at Airut I want to siphon a couple of scythes. So that's my plan, that's my goal. Let's see if we can achieve it. Alright, so you've seen me do Dark Beast, you know exactly how I do it. Pretty self-explanatory, and I do it in the Temple of Light. Definitely worthwhile doing that. Go through at the end of the video. Alright, I'm just going to walk through now live exactly what's going on here. So, I'm in the spot that you want to be in. This spot you want to attack any Airuts that are primarily south of you. That way you keep them in a nice arc way, because the way they spawn and the way the cannon hits them, they will walk towards you in like an arc way. So you'll have them all arced around you, then target the ones south as you use your hurricanes. And then when you use your hurricane or your quake, you can do a quick soul split switch, and that way you constantly heal back up to full. Now the biggest soul split heal that you get is when you use meteorite, or meteor strike I think it's called, yeah. And that's pretty crazy. You'll see my life points jump up a huge amount when I use that, and it's definitely a lot of fun. So you just constantly rotating between your basics, which I have in this order on my revolution bar, and then whenever I have hurricane or quake unlocked, whenever they are unlocked off cooldown, I will then prioritize those over meteor strike. And that's pretty much the order you go in. So I just prioritized my quake, my Salon ring went off, so I actually saved a dren, and then I'm going to use hurricane, and I'll soul split off that. Then it's going to charge up to meteor strike, and when it gets to 100% I will use meteor strike. So I'll use that now. Don't really need to soul split switch, but you'll see my life points. If you soul split switch correctly, they will go back up to full almost. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. The heals that I'm getting as well are pretty substantial from my Vampirism aura and Vampirism scrimshaw, which is a fantastic combination here. Good auras to switch between are the Vampirism aura, the Brawler, Supreme Brawler aura that gives you 10% accuracy, which is absolutely crazy here, to be honest. And then Dark Magic, because that now works with melee, that got patched a couple of months ago. And the Knockout aura as well can be pretty useful here. So those are the main auras you want to switch between if you are planning on camping here and staying here for a long time. It's also quite handy to have a looter. Right now I've got a looter called Raft, I am Raf, and he's looting, he's actually keeping track of how much he's making from a full hour of looting here, and lots of people are doing this. Within about 3 or 4 hours he managed to make about 22 mil, which is crazy. So yeah. It's pretty crazy. He's actually going to let me know. He's going to trade once this hour is up. He's going to trade me the loot and see how much he made. And when this hour's up, guys, I will be tracking the weapon XP. So I started from level 1 on my Noxious Scythe. I'm going to siphon it when it gets to 12, like you saw previously. I'm going to level up my accuracy robe top on my Torag plate legs to, well, as high as I can get them. So I'll check the weapon and armor XP when the hour is up, guys. So I'll see you guys in an hour, and also track how much he made from looting all of the drops as well. So yeah, should be good. Oh yeah, I just want to say, we are 10 minutes in right now, and I've got 200k strength XP pretty much, which is just absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I am having a lot of fun right now. This guy is asking whether I'm having fun. Yes, I am, mate. This is crazy. Look at that soul split heal, back up to full. Crazy. Absolutely mental. Oh, I need to breathe. Okay. Oh yeah, a little tip as well, if you don't have a looter or anything, you can loot just by having the area loot on. If you don't want to move your position, which can disrupt the XP a little bit, then you can just drop an item underneath you, and then you can just press the looting button. You don't need to move any spaces, and then you can just loot all the loot around you pretty quickly, and then get right back on to killing Airut. So yeah, to maximize your XP here as well, occasionally you will get ranger Airut, so Airuts that are actually spawning or as range. Well, most of them spawn as melee. I'm pretty certain most of these Airuts spawn as melee, but occasionally you'll get around, I don't know, 7 to 10 range Airuts an hour, maybe a bit more. But when you do, just make sure you've got barge in your action bar, barge to the range Airut, use an assault on it, which is why I've got my assault on my bar here, and then use like a slaughter, walk underneath the range Airut, maximize that damage output with your two-handed weapon, and then just run back to your spot here. Nice arc shape here. We're going to get a nice soul split heal off there. So yeah, just run back to the spot once you kill the range Airut. But you do want to prioritize killing those, because that can hurt you quite a bit. Yes, I'm not using much food. I've used 2 foods so far across 10 minutes, I think has been, well, 12 minutes now. But yeah, you know what I mean. Let's get another meteorite strike out. There we go. Alright guys, just keeping track of the time. Level 8 Scythe. Just got a level 8 Scythe within, just closing in on 17 minutes there, guys. Alright, so just keeping you guys in the loop. Alright guys, this is just another real-time update. We are 30 minutes into this method right now. Let's use a hurricane, let's use a quake when we get it. So 549, let's say 550k strength XP has been tracked so far, 30 minutes into this method, guys. By the way, when your quake, hurricane, and your meteor strikes on cooldown, make sure to use devotion. It's really helpful here, and it will minimize the food intake that you have. Yeah, it will minimize the food intake anyway. Alright guys, we have just got our Noxious Scythe to level 10. So that's level 10 in 33 minutes exactly with this method. And remember, I'm using a vamp aura right now and not the brawler aura. Alright guys, 49 minutes in exactly, or around 49 minutes in, both of my armor pieces have now leveled up to level 10. But I'm just going to keep powering through here until my weapon gets to level 12. So yes, it's a bit of XP waste obviously, but yeah, I did not expect to get to that so quickly with the armor pieces. So I had a rough idea that I would get there, but anyway, so yeah. Wow, I literally just cleared all of the Airuts around this area. What the hell? That's ridiculous. We have just hit the 1 hour mark. 1.12 million strength XP. I will check the armor and weapon XP in a second. Alright, the moment of truth is here. Let's check the augmented Noxious Scythe. 76,000 weapon experience within 1 hour. 76,000. So yeah, very, very close to the next level, but didn't quite get to level 12 within 1 hour. Potentially though, if you do have the brawler aura, that may make that slight difference there to achieving level 12 within the hour. But that's pretty crazy. I'm now going to track how long it takes just to get to that level 12 mark, but there you go guys. 1 hour is up, and we managed to get 76,000 weapon XP. Crazy stuff. Armor XP as well, let's check that. The augmented accuracy robe top, 50k armor XP within the hour. And of course, it'll be the same with the legs, so 50k, pretty much 51k there, armor XP per hour as well, for the barrows armor. Okay, so I re-geared. In my invent, you'll see I've got an equipment siphon for when my scythe does get to level 12, and you are going to want to take extra armor, which is augmented and ready to equip, because your armor will get to level 10 before your scythe can get to level 12. So you're going to want to switch out so you're not wasting any experience. There it is, guys, level 12 scythe, and when I just check the timer, wow, I was really close. That literally took me about 2 or 3 more minutes to get to level 12. So pretty crazy XP. Obviously, I was tryharding for the full hour, like I was going crazy. And, you know, remembering where my spot was. The looters standing here as well, because because he's just got a loot all option anyway. But if you don't have a looter, if you don't have the luxury of that, then all you need to do is just drop an item, and then you know that's your spot. So when you go and pick up your cannon, you can be as efficient as possible, and then just leg it back to the most efficient spot here. But I don't know, there may be other efficient spots, but this seems to work well. When calculating the amount of experience that I did manage to get across this hour, just to summarize, it was 1.15 million strength experience, or about 1.2 million strength experience, and then it was actually 1.8 million invention experience across the full hour. How consistently you're going to achieve that per hour will purely depend on how much you're focusing on your melee two-hander rotations, and whether you just want to chill a little bit. If you're there staying for a long period of time, then you're looking at knocking off a couple of 100k per hour invention XP. On top of this, that's between 300 and 400k HP constitution experience, depending on what you got melee wise. And of course, you get an additional amount of experience from your cannon, so you are gaining extra range experience that way as well. When calculating the cost, you're looking at around 15 million GP per hour, depending on the price of the armor pieces, which are going to be the biggest chunk of money out of your bank for this method. But you can counter that if you pick up your own drops, but it'll be at the sacrifice of XP per hour as you loot using the looting mechanic slightly. Lots of the drops though are noted, so it may be worth to do this. Alright, so the looters just traded me, and wow, he's made 10 million GP here. Large proportion of that, obviously I've got 4 Serenic scales there, fairly lucky to get that many maybe, I'm not quite sure, but you'll notice on the screen I have 16 level 10 items within my inventory. So in the background you'll see me disassembling these for Invention XP and gaining a number of levels, exceeding my goal set yesterday. Oh, and I just want to say that the Aeruts are already packed. It's potluck whether you're going to get a world in this area, and with this video I'm just showing you how I leveled up and what I've been up to this weekend. You can also go south within the Mazcab area, which works fine, just not as good. But Mazcab is better than Eagle's Peak due to the Aerut spawning as melee. You'll get more ranges if you go to Eagle's Peak, but it can still work very well there for slightly less XP per hour. Ganodermix is still probably the most accessible method out there, catering for a large segment of the player base. I also managed to get 115 strength and 119 HP recently as well. From the 16 items, I managed to get a total of 8.64 million invention XP. In addition to this, I have siphoned 2 scythes, and the current scythe which I'm wielding right now is level 10. So let's say that counts for 1.35 million invention XP. So in total, I have gained 10 million invention XP within a day and a half through Dark Beast method and Aeruts. So thank you for watching my progress with Invention. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.